And I also understand that Orlo Vista was once known as a prominent place for rooster fighting or cockfighting.
Yes.
Can you tell me about that?
Cockfights.
And
Where the park is today, it used to be an old building down there, an old big barn. That's where they had the cockfights.
and you know, was it just a group of people getting together, or was it some kind of county or organization sponsored
They used to have
event?
the international cockfights there.
Big organization.
The international cockfighting.
Big ones.
Wow. And so how long did that go on? How many years did that go on for?
Till they got put out of business.
Until it became illegal, right?
Which is about 67.
Until
1967.
And so it went on until 67. Wow. Did you ever attend one of the cockfights, Mr. Suggs?
Yes, sir.
And how many people would go to those things?
A lot. As kids, we'd go buy Cokes and sell them down there.
Oh, wow. So money-making enterprise as a young boy. And did people come from all over,
All
or
over.
from other states? Or I guess if they call it the international cockfighting, I guess they would have come from
And
all
there was
over.
quite a few people in Orlo Vista that had chickens too.
Oh, really? They kept chickens in the yard?
Well, they were usually the fight ones, they kept the pens in the backyard.
So the rest of the chickens could live in peace, right? Did you have chickens at your house?
Not cockfighting chickens, no.
Or regular chickens? Eating
Yeah.
chickens?
Yeah. Well, we had a chicken farm.
Mhm.
We raised a lot of chickens.
And where was the chicken farm?
Over where I live now.
Which is still in Orlo Vista?
Well, I'm just east of Orlo Vista. Well, I'm in Orlo Vista now, but it used to be Fleming Heights years ago.
Now, I have heard that name before. Is Fleming Heights still in existence?
No.
I think they still consider it
Parts of it, yeah.
parts of it, yeah.
There's Fleming Heights and Holding Heights, both.
And do both of those comprise, is
Well,
that two parts of Orlo Vista?
They're separated, but it's two different ones, yeah.
Oh,
Right.
It's
And
still
where
part of
is-
Orlo Vista.
And where is Fleming Heights roughly? I guess that's in the far east part of Orlo Vista?
Just east of Orlo Vista.
Okay.
And then Fleming Heights is
East
on that
of
further.
Kirkman Road.
And if I were to drive over in that part of town through the neighborhood, is there a sign anywhere
No.
that says Fleming? I guess there probably was at one point in the game though, right?
Should have been. I never did see one. We just thought we knew that's where it was at.
You know, back on Ring Road, there's a sign I'm not sure if it's Fleming Heights, but there's some heights back there. There's another sign on Ring Road.
And so you said they stopped the cockfighting around 1967. And did it officially stop, or did it continue on just kind of undercover for a while?
I don't know.
Or maybe they just
I
moved on
wasn't
to another
involved in
location, right? Huh. And and was it stopped because of the concern for the animal welfare and the kind of things you hear about now?
I would imagine that's what stopped them. I never heard what stopped them, but I'm sure that's what it was. I think Dave Starr didn't like it.
Well, for some people, once it stopped, that must have been like a big loss if people used to go there and sell
I
drinks.
don't
And
remember Dave Starr, do you?
No, sir. Who is that?
He was a big sheriff over out here for years and years.
His last name was Starr?
Dave Starr,
Dave Starr. And was he sheriff of,
Orange County.
of the whole county? And so would that have been in the 50s?
Late 50s, early 60s.
60s. And was he a well-liked sheriff? Did you ever see him at any cockfight?
I can't say.
Okay, you can plead the
I can't
fifth on
say.
that one. Well, did either one of you gentlemen have any other stories you wanted to share with me about, or the Orlando area, or Central Florida, or Orlo Vista?
A couple other names that comes to mind. One person that I was involved with for a while, whenever I first came to Orlo Vista, was Francis Sprague.
Francis
Sprague.
Sprague. And who is Francis Sprague?
B-R-A-G-G.
Oh, Francis Bragg. And who is Francis Bragg?
She was involved a lot in civic organizations, even organizing the post office also.
Oh, the post office for that
Post
area?
office, yeah.
Huh.
And did a lot of work with the county.
And so before then, if someone wanted postal service and they lived in Orlo Vista, they had to drive somewhere farther off.
Yeah, they had one right there at that same area where the chamber is now, before they moved onto Kirkman.
And is Miss Sprague still alive, or has she
No.
passed on?
Yeah, she passed on, about 6 years ago, I guess.
Yeah, I remember when she used to run the post office.
Yeah,
Oh, she ran the post office herself?
yeah,
Yeah.
she was in the post office. I
That's
don't
really
know by
interesting.
herself, but
All right.
I know she was
She was there.
employed there, yes.
Right. Huh.
She had a lot to do with that.
And the bee house was right behind the post office.
What's the bee house?
Because the old man used to raise bees, and that's where he made his honey.
Oh, he was an actual beekeeper.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
So was it large? Was
He's a small operator, but good honey. Gets a good orange blossom honey from him anyway.
Did they sell? So I guess they sold the honey
I
locally.
would imagine, I don't know exactly what he did with it. I was young back in them days.
That must have been interesting to
Yeah.
make your own honey and somehow infuse it with orange flavor at the same time.
Mhm.
Now, were there?
I knew a beekeeper in the Pine Hills. He was there up until recently, where I used to get the raw honey from him.
And do you know his name?
He was an Indian, I know that, American Indian. I can't recall his name right now.
That's all right. So I guess back then, when he was keeping bees in Orlo Vista, and you got honey from him, you said it was orange flavored honey. It was orange flavored honey. So were there many orange groves in the Orlo Vista area?
Quite a few of them just west of it,
Mm-hmm.
just west of it. Just a matter of fact, just from not too far out of Orlo Vista it was.
I think that's something that's actually kind of disappearing these days, isn't it?
A
Orange
lot of
groves.
orange
There's
groves.
there's still a few of them when I was here, when I was younger. I actually remember driving through them and doing a few donuts.
Oh, in the orange groves?
And get stuck in the sand.
And then hope you didn't get caught on someone else's property.
Yeah.
Well, did you gentlemen have anything else you want to tell me about the Orlo Vista area, or any names you want to make sure that I cover, or anything you want to mention?
Oh, Aaron Jernigan, he was buried in the cemetery in Orlo Vista.
And who is Aaron Jernigan?
He founded a lot of the land around here, even as far as Altamont Springs, I think.
Wow, and I think I've heard
He brought
that-
a lot of cattle into the area and started up small towns.
And wasn't there an area of town, or maybe the town itself was called Jernigan somewhere along the way?
Yes.
Be-
was,
Before it
for a while.
became Orlando, I
Yeah,
think, right?
yeah, yes,
It was called Jernigan briefly on
Yeah,
some
they
of the
have a
old
plaque
maps.
downtown at the city hall, I believe, that talks about Aaron Jernigan.
And so the area was originally named for him.
Yeah, he's the one that looks like originally got things started. Fought with some of the Indians.
Wow, which would have been before any of us came along.
Right.
I wonder what made them decide to change the name from Jernigan to the current name of Orlando. That would be interesting.
Not sure.
Huh. And did Mr. Jernigan live in this part of town?
Yes.
In the Orlo Vista, in
He
what
was-
became the Orlo
he was
Vista
all
area?
around.
Well, he must have been,
Well, he would have definitely been in Orlo Vista since he was
Yeah.
buried there. He is
and
buried
you
there.
said he raised cattle. He must have had a farm in the area.
Yes. Well, yeah, he was definitely a settler, you could say, more than just a farm person.
I wonder if there's any Jernigan family members left these days around this
There,
part.
I think there is some, I've heard, or seen it in the records somewhere.
People who either, even if that's not their last name, they're still related to him through some kind of way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time today and for coming out and helping us record memories of the Orlando area.